A New Zealand Music Guide. Chapter 1. New Zealand is a small country with some unique music. New Zealand Music Info. One of the first people to record music in New Zealand was a Christchurch-born soprano Madame Frances Alda. The first songs recorded in New Zealand. In 1909, Alda along with Enrico Caruso, created the first sound recording in New Zealand. In the early 1920s Amirama Iwakaiho, a Maori singer from Northland, added lyrics to an Australian recording called Swiss Cradle Song. Kaiho names her version This Is the Hour. Over the following decades there were two Maori language versions of This Is the Hour. By 1947 the song was known as Now Is the Hour and was sung by international artists including Gracie Fields and Bing Crosby. Blue Smoke was New Zealand's first pop song written in the 1940s by Ruru Karaishana and recorded by Pixie Williams. In the 1950s, Johnny Devlin, a well-known singer and talent show presenter known as the Maori Cowboy, released two Bill Haley covers, capitalizing on New Zealand's obsession with rock and roll. Devlin was known as New Zealand's answer to Elvis Presley, complete with screaming fans and all. His single Lottie, Miss Claudie is still one of the highest-selling singles in New Zealand music history. Folk music singer-songwriters Peter Cape and Phil Garland wrote and performed their own Kiwi folk songs. Two big songs of the 1970s were Dragon's April Sun in Cuba and Hello Sailor's Gutter Black. Split Enz, one of New Zealand's most famous bands, was formed in the 1970s introducing the world to the talents of Tim and Neil Finn. They had a string of hits, including My Mistake, Give It a Whirl, I Hope I Never, Shark Attack, and Poor Boy. With the breakup of Split Enz came the creation of another Kiwi group Crowded House. Formed by Neil Finn, Crowded House had hits with Don't Dream It's Over and Take the Weather With You. The Dunedin sound of the 1980s incorporated elements of indie pop, post-punk, and alternative rock into their music, creating a unique sound that resonated both here and abroad. Bands that contributed to the Dunedin sound include The Chills, The Clean, The Verlaines, and Straight Jacket Fits. Nowadays, the New Zealanders imitate the mainstream bands, but there is a unique Kiwi pop sound. Every band is ultimately an individual entity. They can create their own sound or imitate the mainstream sound and still achieve success. There is a mix of both in New Zealand. I've gone to Asia and other obscure places and heard the current top 40 at the bars, so there is an overwhelmingly worldwide mainstream pop scene. The Naked and Famous garnered attention with their debut album Passive Me, Aggressive You in 2010, which featured synth-pop songs like Young Blood and Punching in a Dream. Broods emerged with their debut single, Bridges, in 2014, followed by their debut album Evergreen. Benny gained international fame with her catchy pop tracks and unique style during the pandemic. Her song Super Lonely became a global hit in 2020 on platforms like TikTok. L.A.B has garnered significant attention for its blend of reggae, electronic, blues, and funk and have released 4 albums which have topped the New Zealand charts and found it a dedicated following. Te Care Hannah Gardner-Toy, known professionally as Teeks, is an R&B artist who has captivated audiences. His debut album, Something to Feel, was released in 2021 to critical acclaim and showcased his talent for heartfelt songwriter and soulful performances. An article on New Zealand music at en.wikipedia.org/wiki/music_of_new_Zealand. New Zealand started with the indigenous Maori tradition. Articles on New Zealand music at digitalnz.org/stories/5BBD73268D2A4E4800106B37. Many articles from Kiwi rock and roll to folk music. An article on New Zealand pop and rock. wiseMove.co.nz/post/new-zealand's-music-the-evolution-of-music-in-music-in-regional New Zealand music categories at cully.org/en/regional/oceania/new_zealand/arts_and_entertainment/music. Subcategories: Auckland, Wellington. Bands and artists. Classical orchestras. Education. Genres. Labels. Radio. New Zealand music websites at culi.org/en/regional/Oceania/new_Zealand/arts_and_entertainment/music. Amplifier.co.nz, Amplifier. More than 3,000 New Zealand artists to listen to, download or purchase. apramcos.com.au, Opera. The Australasian Performing Right Association Limited is a copyright collection agency. They currently have more than 28,500 composer, lyricist, and music publisher members and provide local representation for more than 1 million international composers. GillianWhitehead.co.nz, Dame Gillian Carra Whitehead composer. Works include operas, orchestral, choral pieces, vocal and instrumental chamber compositions, solo, improvisation, and pieces involving donga poro. Directimports.co.nz, Direct Imports, NZ, Ltd. Distributor of consumer electronics and musical instruments including electric, bass, and acoustic guitars. Findaband.co.nz, Find a Band. Offers New Zealand's cover bands for hire for corporate events, entertainment, and weddings nationwide. Music.net.nz. Headlines, new releases, concert listings and links. Accordion.co.nz, New Zealand Accordion Association. Holds the South Pacific and New Zealand Accordion Championships annually. KiwiFolk.com, New Zealand folk and acoustic music. Club, venue, artist, and festival listings for folk and acoustic music in New Zealand. Folksong.org.nz, New Zealand folk song. Old work ballads, Maori Waita and recent songs descriptive of the Kiwi way of life. Playtimepromotions.co.nz, Playtime Promotions Entertainment. Entertainment company with over 140 bands, DJs, solos, duos and other acts for all tastes, functions, and budgets. Sonz.org.nz, Sounds. The Centre for New Zealand Music exists to promote New Zealand music. Undertheradar.co.nz, UTR. New Zealand's music news and gig guide website. New Zealand music categories at musicamounts.org/regional/Oceania/new_Zealand. Subcategories. Bands and artists. Canterbury. Education. Genres. Labels. Otago. Wellington. New Zealand music websites at musicamounts.org/regional/Oceania/new_Zealand. Opera.com.au, Opera, Australasian Performing Rights Association. djans.co.nz, Disc Jockey Association of New Zealand Jans. nzmusic.tripod.com, NZ Music, links to bands, television shows, and other music-related sites. jgeorge.com/nzsongs.html, NZ Songs, collection of New Zealand songs including the national anthem, the All Black Haka, the Gumboot Song, Now is the Hour, Pakarekare Anna, and Heine Hein. Accordion.co.nz, New Zealand Accordion Association, one of the largest accordion associations in the Southern Hemisphere. Noisyland.com, Noisyland, Indie New Zealand music reviews, interviews, news, CD and vinyl sales, and a comprehensive links section. Pod.co.nz, Podwebzine, covers New Zealand's pop culture with music, fashion, extreme sport, arts, recreation, and entertainment. Disco.co.nz, Rendezvous Discotheques, Wellington, links to venues, wedding organizers, equipment suppliers, and thumbnailed pictures of the disco in operation. Sonz.org.nz, Sounds, the Centre for New Zealand Music exists to promote New Zealand music. Bands.co.nz, bands.co.nz, a site dedicated to helping young NZ bands learn about the biz, as well as news about the local scene. mp3.net.nz, mp3.net.nz, New Zealand's official MP3 site, home to over 200 Kiwi artists. nzmusic.com, nzmusic.com, the source for music in New Zealand. New Zealand music websites: amplifier.co.nz, arts.auckland.ac.nz, artscalendar.co.nz, christchurchmusic.org.nz, digitalus.co.nz, kingmusic.co.nz, library.auckland.ac.nz, musicnz.co.nz, newzealandwebsites.com/arts_and_entertainment/record_companies, nzherald.co.nz, nzmusicawoods.co.nz, nzmusician.co.nz, pacifica.net.nz, rattle.co.nz, rockshop.co.nz, scoop.co.nz, sing.co.nz, southpackmusic.co.nz, thepost.co.nz,